G'day.
G'day.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, we are off on another road trip. This time we're heading off from a place called Stratford in the Gippsland region in Victoria. Going to head out to Malakuda, up the south coast of New South Wales, and then make our way inland to Lake Keepit. We're not sure whether we're going to go inland from around the Bateman Bay area or go all the way up to, say, above Sydney and then go up through and that way to Lake Keepit. Got a couple of caravan parks we're going to go and check out. We're going to check out a couple of free camps.
Yes.
And to top it all off, we're going to go glamping.
Glamping?
Living it up in style.
Wow.
So we're going to put a bit of everything into this one.
Yep.
And what a way to kick it off. Nice fire here in Stratford. So Stratford from Melbourne is about a 3.5 hour drive.
Yep.
It's pretty much freeway all the way. You go through a few towns on the highway, but it's actually quite a good run.
So we're doing this trip in the middle of July, which is the middle of winter, Paul.
But surprisingly, it's not that cold today.
No, it's actually been a really lovely day.
So come and join us as we kick off this next road trip up the south coast of New South Wales, up to Lake Keepit in New South Wales. So we've planned a few times to come out to this park here out at Stratford on Avon. And for various reasons we haven't got here. It's either flooding or it's COVID or some reason we couldn't get here. Anyway, we finally got here at the first stop along this road trip. And I must say, it is not disappointing at all. It's actually a very nice little park. Right on the river here, beautiful spot. It's got its own little fire pit here. They're good sized sites, power and water. It's got some great facilities here. It's got a playground for the kids. Facilities are just basic, but I mean, they're fine. They're clean, spotless, and they work, and they're here. It's got a dump point. It's even got a dog wash, a laundry, $4 for the washing machine, $1 for the dryer. The camp kitchen is quite a nice little area with a few barbecues there overlooking the river. There's also a couple of cabins here too. Great looking cabins set up and overlooking the river. Apparently he's going to get a couple more in here as well. Tell you, it's a great little stopover on the way through. There's so much to do in and around here too. It's only a few minutes to sail. Mafra, I think Buchan Caves was about an hour away, might be an hour and a half. 90 Mile Beach is about an hour away. So it's not a bad place to set yourself up out here. It's a nice little park. The town's quite nice. It's not huge, but it's got all your basic needs in there. Supermarket, pub, a couple of butchers, fuel station. There's a swimming pool up there near the entrance of the Caravan park, so if you want to go for a swim in the pool in the hotter months, that's very handy. Apparently you can go swimming in the river down here too. I did hear that the levels in the river go up very quickly, so if it's been raining, you can watch the river rise literally within hours. There was someone apparently camped on the other side of the river, just in a free camp area down there, and they saw this wall of water coming. It had been raining quite heavily. And they saw this wall of water coming down the river towards them and just ran to get out. Anyway, the river did flood very quickly and took the van away. They even had to call in the SES to come and rescue her dog that was trapped in the van. So fortunately, no lives were lost anywhere, which was great. But gee, I tell you, it's so risky. You just have to be careful. If you're going to camp by a river, you really need to know just how dangerous it can be. Like this one here, I would never have picked it, that it would raise so quickly. Like if we went down there in our van, there's no way we'd get out with our van in such a short space of time. Apparently it comes down from Dargo and up in the high country there. Once it rains up there, all the rivers must merge into this one and just floods very quickly. We've got dinner cooking on the Weber here. Got some chicken thighs for dinner tonight, with a bit of mash and some veggies, and yeah, great little spot. Going to get the fire going shortly, and we'll just sit here and have our dinner around the open fire overlooking the Avon River.
Dinner's done, fire's crackling. Doesn't get much better than this, Paul.
Well, after a very peaceful night here at Stratford, we are today making our way across to Malakuda. It's about 3.5 hour drive from here. So we're not in a hurry to get away. Wenda's nicked into Sale to grab some veggies and groceries and that, and then we'll be on our way. I just got to come and pack up the van. Tell you what though, this morning, overnight it was pretty cold. It got down to about -1 overnight. One of the things about caravans is they don't really hold the heat very well. But the good thing is it doesn't take long to heat up. So once you put the diesel heater on, it warms up pretty quickly. So after a chilly start, it's going to get to 17 today, so it's actually going to be quite mild, which is good. A bit cloudy apparently, but apart from that, sounds pretty good. 17's not a bad temperature outside. So the trip across to Malakuda takes you up through Bruthen and through the sort of mountain areas. There's another way, the A1 goes down to Lakes Entrance and seems to be a little bit longer. The road across the top there through Bruthen and all that wasn't too bad. It was a bit up and down, a few hills, so it did increase the fuel consumption a bit, but overall it was a very pretty drive. The roads are not too bad. There's plenty of overtaking lanes, so you can pull over to the left and let anyone pass that might be getting slowed down behind you. We didn't see a lot of traffic, so it wasn't too bad. Anyway, we pulled into this little town, New Marina. There's plenty of places to stop along the way. A bit of a toilet break and a stop for a cuppa, and then we'll keep going.
The rest of the drive was a bit windy, but nothing too dramatic. There are a few camping options around Malakuda, but for us, beachfront was the way to go. So we booked into the Malakuda Foreshore Holiday Park. Just take a look at this view. What a great choice. All this for $39 with power and water hookup.
We've just spent a couple of nights here at Malakuda Foreshore Caravan Park. Beautiful spot, but I tell you what, the wind was howling. The past 2 days, you haven't been able to step outside. The van is so strong. I've just managed to get the awning out today. Unfortunately, the wind's died down enough to put the drone up. Would have been so disappointing if I couldn't get the drone up in the air. But fortunately I did. How nice is that? Oh gee, what a spot. It's a nice park here. It's actually quite big. It's spread out over quite a bit of distance. There's a few toilet blocks here. Beautiful walk along the coast here. Plenty of moorings for a boat. So obviously we don't have a boat, but if you had one, it'd be a great place to come and do some fishing and stuff. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to get out fishing though. I was hoping to, but because of the wind yesterday, it just meant you couldn't really do it. Anyway, so there's plenty of bird life around here, between the galahs, the pelicans, and of course the ever-present seagulls. There's plenty of bird life. Apparently just up a bit further in the park is a tree that's got a few baby koalas in it. So I'm hoping to get up there later today and have a look, see if we can spot them, which would be pretty cool. Going to have a bit of a look around the caravan park here, the Foreshore Caravan Park in Malakuda. We got a spot right next to the laundry, toilets and clothesline, so it's pretty handy in that sense. Not a lot of people here, so we managed to get a good spot though. There's a board up here, it says the cruise is available and it gives you a phone number to call. I haven't done it, I don't think we're going to get time to do it unfortunately. Probably would have been good to do that.
It's hard to come through Malakuda and not stop. A quiet, powerful tribute to the devastating 2019-2020 bushfires. A reminder of just how resilient this community really is.
Now this is a camp kitchen with character. Cosy log fires, well-equipped setup, and the perfect spot to share a yarn or two with fellow travellers on a chilly night. You can have open fires here too. You've got to have them inside a fire pit off the ground, but you can have them here. So there's a few people with a few fire pits around. Fishing seems to be a very popular activity. There's a lot of people down by the water's edge with a line in. I'll go and see if they've caught anything. Apparently the fish weren't biting. Can spot a seal over there in the water just swimming around. Don't know if he's having any more luck than the fishermen were back there trying to get a feed, but he's obviously having a look for something there. Really nice walk along the edge of the water here. Something I've noticed about Malakuda is that it's quite isolated from anywhere else. Coming in, I can remember it must be about 20 or 30 k's of road off the highway that you pass nothing on the way in. So You've just got Malakuda out here, so isolated. There's not a lot to it. It's got the main street with your basic shops and that in it. I think it's got a Bendigo Bank, pub and a few other bits and pieces. Then you've got a couple of restaurants and cafes around, but it's a pretty sleepy village this time of year. We're almost packed up, ready to go. After a very pleasant 3 days here in Malakuda. Although we didn't get out to check it out much because we spent the whole time working just about, and the weather really wasn't conducive. So we had one day and yeah, unfortunately it didn't line up very well with the timing. But anyway, a beautiful spot here. I tell you what, I reckon we would come back here and you could spend a week here easily. It's just so peaceful and relaxing. Such a nice spot. Like you're looking out over the water. Oh, I tell you, very nice. Anyway, we're not going too far today. Only up the road, just over an hour I think it's going to take us to get up to Eden from here. Apparently they have a very nice garden, but we've been warned, don't eat the apples. So I'll go and see what Wenda's up to and we'll hit the road.
The drive from Malakuda to Eden took us through some beautiful forest country. A few hills here and there, but nothing too tricky. It was a really scenic run into town. And before we knew it, we were pulling into the Reflections Holiday Park.
We are at the Reflections Holiday Park in Eden. It's quite a large park, beautiful setting down here by the water. It's got a whole heap of sites. Barbecue areas, got table and chairs by the water. The sites themselves seem quite nice. We end up with a slab. It seems to be the only concrete slab in the place. Fortunate enough, we got it. The others have got the sort of mesh mat sort of thing where the sites are. There's also a number of ensuite sites here too, and cabins. So yeah, a bit of everything down here. Imagine during the summer it gets very busy. But I noticed the park's got pretty much the usual gear. It's got a playground for kids. It's actually quite a nice little playground for the kids. Dump point, the amenities, quite clean and tidy. A couple of camp kitchens, like there's the open air camp kitchen that overlooks the water up there. This one I'm in here is quite well equipped with a couple of fridges. It suggests you don't clean fish in the sink up here, which is fine. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about that. So looking forward to our few days here, checking out Eden.
Well, let's go.
How's this? Wenda's in a puffer jacket, I'm in a t-shirt. Just to confuse you. Is it warm or cold? Well, I mean, to be honest, it is a bit fresh. But for some reason, I really hate wearing jumpers. I don't like things on my arms, so I'd much prefer to be a little bit cool and have my arms out than have a jumper on. But sometimes it does get a bit halfway out somewhere and I think, oh, you know what, I probably should have wore a jumper. Hopefully that's not today.
Hopefully not.
But anyway, beautiful little walk here into town from the Reflections Caravan Park.
Yeah.
You go along, walk along the coast. I mean, we can't see it in the minute because the trees in the way, but anyway. But it's a nice little walk here, right by the beach. It's a beautiful little bay, isn't it?
Sure is, Paul.
Every so often, it seems they have a bit of a tribute to all the different ships in this area with a picture of it in the concrete and then a little sign next to it with its history.
The walk certainly makes the most of the coast with a boardwalk and viewing platforms. Even on this chilly afternoon, it is still a very pleasant walk. On the walk back, we paused at the historic Eden Cemetery. With the sound of the waves in the distance, it's a peaceful place to reflect. Many of the headstones tell stories from long ago, some dating back over a century. Overall, a very pleasant walk. We'd heard from a few travellers that the Eden Killer Whale Museum was a must-see. It's right in town and tells the fascinating story of Eden's whaling past. It's a history that's both confronting and yet still captivating. The visit begins with a short film that's well worth watching. It sets the scene for everything inside the museum.
So we've just watched a 15-20 minute video on the history of whaling here in Eden. And it's fascinating. I learned so much about whaling here. It's incredible. I wouldn't have picked some of the stuff that come out of it, particularly how clever orcas are, the killer whales. Apparently they're pretty smart. They used to round up the whales for the whalers to come and knock them off, and then the whalers would actually feed some of it to the orcas, and they knew that, and they became mates with them. Yeah, fascinating. But there's some incredible displays here. There's one here of one of the most famous of the orcas, Old Tom. There's his skeleton here. Apparently died and washed up on the shore, and they knew him because they can tell him apart from other ones. And he washed up on the shore, so they've kept him and basically built a museum around him, and that's what this whole place is. It's fascinating to see the history of whaling in this area. Now, fortunately for the whales, they can come down the coast here and just get people checking them out from the coast. No one's trying to knock them off or anything. So there's 2 levels of exhibitions. Not sure what's down here, but I'm going to have a look now. Upstairs was all the whaling stuff, like the actual whale skeletons and things like that. And let's have a look down here. Looks like it's all machinery and equipment, sort of historical stuff. Check out these old boats. This is what they used to go catching whales in. Cannot believe they'd be out there in something like that. A visit to the Killer Whale Museum costs you $15 a head. Much cheaper for kids, I can't remember what it was. You can easily spend a heap of time here looking around. There's so much to see. As I said, the video was fascinating, and then just to walk around and put it all into perspective once you start to see the things that are here on display. Stepping outside the museum reveals more of the history. Rusted relics from a rugged past, tools and machinery, once central to the whaling trade. There's even a replica of a local lighthouse, standing proud against the sky. We would have climbed the stairs to see the light at the top, but they were roped off.
Absolutely no access without museum guide at present.
Only accessible with a tour. Still, you get a real sense of the lives lived and the work done here.
Here behind these portraits lie the faces who shaped Eden's history, from the Imlay brothers to John Logan, who founded the museum itself.
As suggested by our museum guide, we made our way down the hill toward a community-maintained path. Winding past the courthouse and old post office, historic echoes in stone, that would lead us straight down to the marina below. From the Killer Whale Museum, you can walk down to the wharf. There's a concrete path that snakes down to the wharf here. So it's a nice little stroll. Mind you, we've got to go back up afterwards, so...
Well, you can go and get the car, Paul.
I'm not going to get the car. But it's a beautiful walk, so nice enough day for it.
At the bottom of the walk we found a small lookout framing the marina below. You can just picture this place buzzing with boats and crews on a busy day. But today, it rests in a quieter rhythm.
Walking up to the marina, you can't miss the sculptures lining the road, including whales, waves and sea creatures. All part of an outdoor sculpture cultural trail throughout the town.
Walking along Eden's wharf, just look at how quiet it is right now. Eden is actually home to one of New South Wales' largest fishing fleets.
From this quiet vantage point, you could see boats heading out after the salmon, tailor, flathead and kingfish, and even marlin and tuna.
But now, Paul, it is time to tackle the walk back up the hill.
Oh yeah. Well, I must say, that walk back up the hill was breathtaking. Not so much visually, but physically. Oh, it was a steep climb, wasn't it?
So it was.
Yeah.
Still catching my breath. It's a good walk.
Got the heart rate going.
It did, you know, and it was fascinating. I always say that you just see so much more when you walk. And we did.
We did. And now it's just time to head back to the van for some well-earned rest, ready to head off to Bermagui in the morning. Well, that's it for this leg of the journey.
From peaceful riverside stops in Stratford
to wild weather and coastal wonders all the way up to Eden.
We've loved sharing this part of the adventure with you.
Yeah, we have. But the adventure doesn't stop there, does it, Paul?
Nope. In our next episode, we'll pick things up in Bermagui, where we chase down coastal views and check out one of the most iconic rock formations around.
And then it's off to Potato Point. Yep, that's really the name, Paul.
Potato Point.
Potato Point, where we stay at an incredible beachfront eco camp surrounded by wildlife and the sounds of the ocean.
Oh, can't wait. And then we roll into Bateman's Bay to explore more of this stunning New South Wales coastline.
Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of what's coming up.
And trust us, it's going to be a good one.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye for now.
Bye.